Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. Today, as you can no doubt see, I'm back. Our second internet connection is up and running again, which means I can upload there. This video will no doubt be uploaded on that connection. It's good. Although, I gotta tell you that our internet is slower than it's been in months. It's quite crazy. I don't even know. I keep phoning them and I keep complaining and they keep telling me, you know, there are unresolved issues in your area. There's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands. It's Telcom's problem, not ours. This is now our ISP talking. I've been having problems. And it doesn't help switching ISPs. Okay, they're all terrible. There's no win here. But both internet connections are now up and running. I had to actually, I think I mentioned before, get a new router for the one. Just because the one that was being used before was on its last legs. Regardless, up and running. Gonna have an upload started there real soon, which is great. And we can now both use our internet and upload at the same time. So, you know, that makes me happy. That means that I think starting tomorrow, things should be going back to normal, where I'll get at least 1 or 2 videos up every day. And then I'm going to use this video now just to talk about what my plans are. By the way, in case you haven't noticed. And then later in the week, I will once again just get another 1-minute guide up. I'm going to be getting those up every week now. And I am thinking that I'm probably going to be adding to the 1-minute guide every week an adventure worthy every week as well. Mainly because I have happened upon a couple of games that I want to do adventure worthies of. One of them being a recent game that a lot of you have probably already played yourselves, but, you know, it's better late than never, I'd say. I'd rather get the adventure worthy up a week after launch, or even a week and a half after launch, than not get it up at all. I'm also just trying to get sort of a bit of a system for adventure worthies. I want to have, much like I do with the 1-minute guides. Now, I know that most of you guys probably don't know how I do the 1-minute guides, but I have a system where I do an intro, then I say what the deck is going to cost, then I list the cards, then I give the general idea behind the deck, then after that I will say what it's strong against, what it's weak against, then I'll say what you mulligan for, then I'll give you your lifesavers and game changers, then I'll give you the combos that you can go for, and then it's the outro. That's the system that I go with. So I take that template of sorts, and then I just push all the decks that I've got onto that, and then it works, then it makes sense. And I want the same kind of thing for my adventure-worthy episodes, and I want to do them in a slightly different way. I want to restructure them a bit, and that makes it sound a little more like a review, and a little less like an impressions type thing, but I want it to be a good mix of both. So I want to talk about certain aspects of the game, bam, 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 maybe 4 points, 5, including a conclusion type thing, but I want to also, along with that, include some gameplay, which is the more first impression-ish, natural type gameplay, where I'm not just talking about it like a review type thing, and then I'm not sure yet if I want to implement any sort of rating system or anything like that, but I want to have it slightly easier to do, so that when I go into a game, I know what I'm looking out for, and I don't just go all over the place with my thoughts and opinions about it. So I'm doing that now, and because of that, because I want to just get this done, get it ready for use, I might take a bit longer with the one adventure that I'm working on now, but then after that they should go a bit faster, and I can guarantee you that they're going to be set up in a fun and interesting way to watch at least. It's not going to be boring. Okay, it's not going to be unnatural in any way. It's just going to be good. It's going to work. So I'm working on that, trying to get that to a good place. And then I'm thinking I'm also going to start at some point when I get the time, I guess, a transmog type thing up for World of Warcraft. Mainly because I haven't seen people doing that yet. You know, there are people that post their transmogs here and there. There are people that sometimes highlight them briefly here and there in videos or in articles and stuff like that. I know there are guides all over the internet with all the different transmog sets in them, but I wanted to make a short-ish video series. Well, the videos will themselves will be short. The series should be long, but a shortish video that can highlight the transmog, tell you where to get all the pieces, and so on and so forth, and just do it again in a fun and interesting way. I'm gonna try that out, but I haven't finalized the idea yet. I know it's still in early production stages, so I can't really talk about too much of what it's gonna be like, but I think it could be fun. It could be nice. And I'm very passionate about the transmog, so I've already got like a long list to show off. So it'll be for all the different types of armor in World of Warcraft, and there are lots of different cool ones that I'd like to show off. And this is the kind of thing, again, that even if you're not a World of Warcraft player, you could potentially appreciate. I mean, I think that there's a lot of beauty to be found in some of these transmogs. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. And then within the next day or two, I'm probably going to be talking about a couple of movies I've watched, maybe a few more series that I've been watching. I don't know yet. But I watched a couple of recent, reasonably interesting movies over the past couple of days, and I wouldn't mind hearing what you guys have to say about them. So maybe in the next couple of Tales of Lumin episodes, we'll talk about some stuff like that. And then over the next week as well, I want to think about starting to add newsmen to the channel again. I know it sounds like a lot, and it actually is, but oh, there's so much good stuff. But I want to make newsmen, for me, easier to do, so I want to get it out there quicker as well. But the chances are it's going to start with just Blizzard related things, because right now there's quite a bit that I want to talk about with the whole patch 6.0 thing, the cinematics that they released. If you haven't seen those yet, oh my goodness. They have a lot of spoilers in them, but they were so good. They're so good. Maybe I'll talk about them tomorrow in Tales of Lumin, just because I want to just gush over them all day long. So nice. So nice. Anyway, there's that stuff. It's that stuff to talk about. And the Road to BlizzCon thing, that's something that I wanted to be involved in more. So I'm thinking that I will try and get some of that in the Newsman episodes. I don't know. We'll see. See what I'm going to do. But I've got a lot of plans that I want to set in motion. Just going to have to see how easily or otherwise I'd be able to do that. Long list of stuff here. So long. You can check back here soon for hopefully some of the stuff that I mentioned there. Some of it may take a bit longer. Like I said, I want to nail down the adventure-worthy system before I head back into doing them. Because I want to be able to pick a game, get into it, play it a little bit, and then do an adventure-worthy reasonably easily. I don't know how to do that yet. If you have any suggestions, please feel free. If you want to tell me what types of adventure-worthies you enjoyed the most, you could also say that. Just because I've done a couple where I did the commentary post. I've done a couple first impression style. I even had a couple where I just had the highlights of some gameplay and then I released the gameplay separately. Far Cry comes to mind with that. Far Cry 3. Shadowrun Returns as well. And a couple of others. And then you can also tell me if you like the recent games or the older games, or if you just like a good mix. Because there are some older games that I've been playing recently that I'd love to do videos on. I don't see myself doing a full series on them just because some of them are just so long. And old games in general, like a few of the ones that I've played, you talk in 50 or 60 hour long campaigns or single player portions. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's what's been going on. That's what's been going on with me. I also had a lot of other stuff that I had to do, real life stuff over the past couple of days involving visas and stuff, which didn't pan out sadly because the visa took too long to get. I couldn't go to a certain place I wanted to go, but there are other opportunities coming up in the future that I'm hopefully going to be able to talk about soon. But I'm leaving it to that for now. You can check back here soon for more. Give it a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Most importantly though, happy having the internet back up and running. Although it's not 100%, it's still working. So that's good. Happy big plans. I'm bad at doing things like this. By things like this, I mean anything at all. So there you go. Happy that.